Big Boss Jock radio show, where the listeners encouraged to rise up, confront the U.S. government, be part of the solution, join up with the revolution, liberate the Confederate States of America, Alamo, placed as the capital. Continuing with the Analyst assessment. The clip is uploaded by CBS and April 4, 2019. Clip entitled, Trump threatens to put tariffs on cars coming to U.S. from Mexico. Airtime, 8 minutes, 2 seconds. In the previous episode, mentioned was the fury harbored inside. Should have stated frustration. Harbor doesn't the big boss jock fury. No, that's more at being held a slave. Big boss jock, that's the tag. Name of the radio show? Disc jockey that spins the hits? Who existed back in 1973? The big boss jock. 1972? What were they? Maybe they weren't yet alive. Many weren't. And it's a different date. It's been a long time, though the tag remained. Welcome to the show. Big Boss Jock Radio. ICE. These names came about, such as Homeland Security, was part of the plan to strip the U.S. citizen of their identity. Their nation, not mentioned. Look at the insignia for Homeland Security. It's in two parts, divided. What's it termed as? Homeland Security. The people identify with our country instead of the United States of America. They have other entities such as ICE. Abbreviations are placed to confuse the one who is subjected to the programming. The abbreviations don't have importance. Over the years, don't have the significance, as do placed words, such as Immigration Customs Enforcement. What about the United States? Where's that? Every country has immigration. They also have customs. It's not just their culture and the traditions they practice. It's at the port, usually, where paid are the duties. Customs. Every country. Enforcement? Oh yeah. The laws are enforced around the world. Who's Yankee? Immigration Customs Enforcement, that's their authority. Yeah, they understand. They have nothing to do with U.S. And it's one entity after another, such as with the Border Patrol. Time and time again, the U.S. President is stating the Border Patrol. Homeland Security. No, it's U.S. Homeland Security, even if they call it Department of. Drop the Department of. U.S. Homeland Security. U.S. Every time. U.S. ICE. No, not the abbreviated, put the initials together and come up with a word that means nothing. The reduced intellect also is due to what is termed text, an ignorant form of communicating. Goes hand in step with the programming. I don't know that much about it, only seen a little. Don't have a phone. That's a mega amplifier for the stemoceiver. Try to avoid being around those. Yankee Sam with the direct connect. You people, many choose to have a stemoceiver. It's handheld. And they opt to have that device. They just don't have the electrode pushed up through to the frontal lobe from the cerebral cortex. attached to the mega amplifier in their hand. $333. Statement. And the other problem is drugs. Massive amounts, large amounts. Much of the drugs coming into our country came through the southern border. That was mentioned in the previous episode. It should be the U.S. southern border each time. Coming into the U.S. territory, arriving to the U.S. territory. Donald's statement, 3 minutes and 52 seconds. We're going to be meeting, I think, on Friday at a piece of the wall that we've completed, a big piece. Oh, people, there's problems with that. How is the public thinking that the dialogue is spontaneous? Ask themselves, we've completed, shouldn't that be the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers with, if there is a private contractor, the contractor's name mentioned another time? Part of getting the contract, having their name up on the project. The other part, piece of the wall. What rhymes with piece? Bit. And what's next? Bits and pieces. And what doesn't happen? A continuous length from coast to coast, a security barrier wall. Instead, bits and pieces. I'll read directly from the script. Again, appropriate is we. Who exactly is we? Inappropriate is the word. Yeah, should have been described. Use of think, word shows uncertainty, is displayed over nothing. U.S. President prejudices own self by the use of I think, should have been stated from what I understand. Better yet, not begin. If wasn't sure, uncertainty leaves the impression incapable, is inept. Certainly shows leadership is at the helm, knows where is headed, if described in a way which, as understood, instead of I think. From what I understand on Friday, I think on Friday, well, perhaps, that's right, I need to look at the agenda. No, it's not I, and it's him. And it's by design, and it isn't Don. It's the USDIA. 357. Statement. A lot of it, statement of Don. A lot of it's being built right now. A lot of it's being signed up right now by different contractors. Analyst assessment. Again, reduced intellect level is displayed. 1,500 miles of wall is not being completed. Will take years before ever completed. What would happen? Resources will be depleted. Cost overruns, family given kickbacks, fund be mismanaged, supposed business tycoon, computer generated, doesn't know the lingo, is unaware of the show. Contractors place bids, don't sign up. Yeah, technically they do on the sheet. What's the term? Place a bid. Or are allocated a contract due to a noteworthiness, were contacted, are able to accomplish what others are not. When the professional doesn't even apply correctly the lingo, shows again incompetence. That perhaps isn't a professional. Though the average person of the U.S. citizenry believes that Don is Don from his beginning moment. They don't realize that Don didn't exist in the early 70s. He wasn't in existence in the late 70s. Donald Trump, the name, was associated, placed on the man known as birth name Alan Hawkins in 1984. Before that, he was Don Drum. Don Diamond almonds, drum brake liners, asbestos brake pads for old style wheels, wheel hubs, and what? Well, there's not the rotor because it isn't disc. The brakes, they do work, and they're on the older vehicles. What do they have? They have shoes. That's what they were. Drum brake shoes. I believe it was 67 to 72. Left Dodge Car Company. Are they Dodge Corporation? No, they were Dodge Car Company. With a recall that was very costly. All planned part of the takeover. To be noted upon at a later date during a different episode. Continuing with the analyst assessment. In the next episode, the 52-minute Calexico conference will begin. And oh, it was quite a conference. People, go ahead and punch it up. The buttons, put on the screen, NBC News. Title, Watch Live, Trump participates in Immigration and Border Security Roundtable. Uploaded on April 5th, 2019. Airtime, 52 minutes and 2 seconds. The flag, note the flag behind President Don. President of what? What's almost gone, the USA. Since when did they receive another symbol as their nation's flag? No longer a blue box in the corner, a white one? Yeah, will be discussed further in the next episodes. In the analyst assessment. Stumbling, fumbling. Oh, I'm not headed for trouble. Facing felony charges. If no one out there pays attention, Yankee Sam on false pretext can put me away. I aspire that the people out there will enjoy that the people out there, the listeners, enjoy the show and show some interest. Read the writ of habeas corpus petition for a habeas corpus hearing that was denied in Shasta Superior Court, Shasta County, California. Shasta County Superior Court. 2 felony charges will be discussed at a later time, continuing with the analyst assessment. Though for the moment, keep the video placed and continue will the Big Boss Jock radio show. For the moment, before I do go, I'd like to include our one only God. He's right here inside, helps me with the rhyme, line by line. I do give my thanks, show my gratitude for our Father in heaven, our one only God. This is the Big Boss Jock, momentarily signing off.